How about you, man? Your thoughts, your
It's the
prediction for this
it's
fight,
the most
man.
interesting thing that I have ever seen in terms of Asian MMA. It's There's a lot of trash talking, but at the same time, it's respectful. So
Yeah.
it's going to be
Respectfully trash talking each other.
it's going to be an interesting fight. As I mentioned earlier, it's going to be intriguing. You know, of course, I'm expecting you already booted out the two protagonists in this fight. I'm expecting you're going to ask me for a prediction. So, dude, I'm not exaggerating things. This is going to be the most intriguing fight. You can quote me on this. It's either going to end by stoppage or via split decision. What I meant by stoppage, it's if it's via knockout, definitely you're going to see Joshua Pacio have his hand raised. If it's via submission, it's going to be Jared Brooks. If it goes to the scorecards, the judges will have a difficult time deciding on it, as it could go either way. Why? What we have here is not your typical striker versus grappler matchup. The main reason is, though Pasio and Brooks have their own bread and butter, we shouldn't overlook the fact that we got two fighters who are growing significantly on both sides of the spectrum. Yes, Jared Brooks is a wrestler. However, he is a wrestler who is not afraid to trade strikes. You can watch his fight against Hiroba Minowa. On the other hand, you can't just count out a guy like Joshua Pacio, who was able to hold up against grappling wizards such as Yoshitaka Naito and Alex Silva in the past.
Correct.
It's going to be a tactical but explosive fight. I expect a lot of momentum shifts from bell to bell if it goes the distance. Of course, a lot of Filipino fight fans, a lot of your Filipino viewers and listeners would like to know the chances of Joshua Pacio from my perspective. Most would say avoid being taken down. Taken down. That's the obvious one, eh? But I
Correct.
will say two things. Never give Brooks the driver's seat, and if Pacio gets taken down, he must get back up in every way possible. Easier said than done, yes.
Yes.
What do I mean by that? In all of the victories of Jared Brooks, he was always the aggressor. But take note, he's never comfortable on the back foot. And Joshua Pacio should look out for that in the aspect of being taken down. As long as he finds his way back up and prevents Brooks from getting a dominant position on the ground, that's a welcome development because it won't harm Pacio on the scorecards based on the scoring criteria of one.
Yes. Correct.
I understand that most fans feel Pacio is the underdog coming into this fight. But let me remind fans, including your listeners and viewers on this channel, of Pacio's greatest qualities: his ability to adapt, his ability to control, and his ability to prepare. His fights against Silva and Naito are clear examples of his ability to adapt. His
It is
fights
evolving,
against you,
man. Continues to improve, man.
exactly, correct, 100%. His fights against Yosuke Saruta and Rene Catalan can attest to his ability to dictate the pace and situate fights wherein his opponents had no other choice but to fight in areas where they are at a disadvantage.
Yes.
Lastly, for Pacio, it's a sin to give him an amount of prep time because, simply put, the longer the wait, the better chances for him to figure it out. And ring rust is a myth to the passion.
Yeah, man. I mean, to be honest, I'm just so intrigued right now
Yeah,
because, I really think it's a 50-50 fight. I mean,
yeah.
I agree. These guys can pull off a finish over each other. It's via knockout or via submission. It can, it's just exactly how I feel. The judges would have a tough night scoring this fight. And
Sorry for the judges. Whoever the
yeah,
judges are,
I feel sorry
or
for the judges already. If it goes to the judges' scorecards, it's going to be so tough. So we wish both men, the best of luck. Right, may the best man win on Fight Night. This is the big fight, guys, on December 3. right? We'll go ahead and tune in and see how our kababayan, our countryman, is going to perform against his toughest opponent yet in Jared Brooks.